Hello, I'm Christopher with Jackite, and I'm here to show you how to assemble the Mallard Drake and Mallard Hen. In the tube here I have the Mallard Drake, and here we have the Mallard Hen. Now, they both go together similarly, so I'm going to put together the Mallard Drake. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the tube. Got to be careful of those staples there that they don't cut you. I'm going to tilt the tube up and empty it. I've got a straw. I've got a black rod with tips. And in here, nothing in the tube. In this liner sheet, I have my bird. And I have my instruction sheet. Okay. On the instruction sheet is a part packet. The first thing I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to take some time to make him look nice. I'll fold this head over. Sort of take the crinkles out of him since he's been finally let out of the tube. Okay, I'm going to check him over. And the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the rod across the wings. There's a rod holder here. The rod goes underneath it. Okay. Then there's a ring. The other rod holder. And the rod will go into the rod pocket. Flip him over and put the rod into the other rod pocket. Okay. The next thing is we have this straw. And the straw prevents the head from bending when you're flying it in the wind. So there's a flap at the front. I'm going to fold it down and I'm going to insert the rod into there. Okay. Then the rod goes into a pocket here in the center. So I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to lift up that little flap. I'm going to use myself a little piece of wire to lift up that flap for easiness. And I put the wire into that flap. And you can see that the straw is somewhat taut. Okay. Now, the next thing I need to do is put the swivel into the beak. And I need the part packet for that. And I'm going to empty that out onto my table. Okay. And I grab the swivel, the brass nap swivel, and I open it. Okay. Now, the place that we put the straw in, just above that is a little flap. And in that little flap is a hole that's been die cut. I'm going to put that swivel in through the hole. Now you have two flaps on each side. So now I'm going to take each one of those flaps and put it onto the swivel. And there is a pre-cut die hole right there. I'm going to take and I'm going to put the swivel onto here. And I'm going to put the swivel onto this side. Okay. Bit of a challenge there. Okay. Oh. See this in the light a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now I close my swivel. And there's some score lines at the beak here. So I'm just going to fold those score lines a little bit so the beak has style. Now we have some snaps to put in. I take a male snap and I'm sorry, the first thing I want to do is I want to find the holes that that the snaps go through. And it says here that there's neck hole 1. So I'm looking for that here. And I want to clean out that hole there. I want to clean out the hole here. And I see a body hole that I'm looking for, and I cleaned that one out. And you can pull off the piece of tie back. Whoop! I don't know where it went to. And I got another body hole here. Get that, pull off that piece of tie back. And another one here. That one's a little bit harder to see. Okay. Okay. And I want to check this one up here. Let's see where that body hole is. Right there. Okay. Now, on this one, I was having a hard time seeing the punch where it went. So I looked at the other side and I gave it punched a hole right where it's supposed to be. Okay? Now the next thing is, I'm laying the bird down and I'm going to put the male snap up through this hole that I cleaned out and flip over the head and put the male post through that hole that I made and snap on the head. Okay. Then I'm going to go the opposite way. If this side is on top of this side, then I want to switch. I want to put this one down and this one on top. So I'm going to put my snap hole in this side first. And put it through the other side. Put on my snap. And I've got one more. And probably hole 3. I don't see where I punched that hole. Got it there. Looks like, oh, there it is. I see it. I didn't clean it out good enough. There it goes. So now I'm going to put my male snap through that hole. And I do realize that these snap holes are a little hard to see. Okay. So I'm going to take my cleaning stick. And I put my male snap through. There it goes. Put my male snap through. Put it through to the other side. And I gotta flip it over to see where my hole is at. There it goes. And then I put on my final snap. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to roll the leading edge over the rod. And the way that we do that is we take this leading edge and we roll it up over the rod. Okay? And the reason that we do that is because this kite flies just like an airplane. When the wind rushes across the wing, creates a vacuum on the back of the wing, and the kite lifts. Okay, so now we want to do that to the other side. And you can see that when I'm rolling it, the tie back has a memory and remembers where it was. Remembers that roll. This one, Marguerite, for the male, which the female does not have, is these 3 feathers here to give it some style. And I'm going to roll those over so that they look nice. Okay. And if you're going to fly the Mallard drake or hen off of a pole, you'll attach the line to the swivel here, If you're going to attach it, if you're going to fly it like a kite, you'll attach it in the body here by taking out the snap and putting the body together and putting your swivel there, and that's the way to fly it as a kite.